So last week we talked about the spelling pattern when we added an S to a word that ends in a Y, and there were words that if there was a vowel before the Y, then we just had to add an S, but if there was a consonant, we had to change the Y to an I and add ES. Okay, so this week we're going to expand on that a little bit, and we're still working with words where the base word ends in a Y, but we're going to be adding ing, we're going to be adding S, just like before, and we're going to be adding ed. So now we've added these two alternate endings instead of just working with the S. Okay, so the word studying, studying. So I'm going to spell study, and I'm going to look at the letter before the Y. There's a D. That's a consonant. So I know I just have to add an ing. I don't have to change the spelling of the base word. Okay? What about the word stays? Stays. I'm going to write stay. I see the A. That's a vowel, and I remember that if there's a vowel before the Y, I just have to add the S. My next word is hurries. Hurries. So I'm going to spell hurry. I look at the letter before the Y. R is a consonant, so that means I have to change this to an I, make it ES. So my new word is hurries. My next word is carried. So I'm going to spell carry. Now if it's carried, such as I carried the ball down the street, I need to add an ed, but I first need to look at the spelling pattern. So R is a consonant, so I'm going to change that Y to an I, and then instead of the ES, I'm going to add ED. So my new word becomes carried. Okay, so if you notice, when we look at our spelling patterns, if you add an ed to the word that ends in a Y, you have to change the Y to an I and add an ed. Same thing with adding the S. You change the Y to an I, add ES, which we've talked about this one last week. But then when you add an ing to the word that ends in a Y, the spelling of the word, base word, doesn't change at all. For any of the words that you add an ing to, if the word ends in Y, the spelling of the base word stays exactly the same. Okay, so I'm going to practice with a couple more, and then I'm going to read the rest of the words to you so that you can practice spelling them. Our next word is enjoying. Enjoying. I'm going to spell enjoy. Now I know that if it's an ing, I just have to add ing. There's no difference in the spelling of the base word. My next word is replies. I'm going to write reply. The letter before the Y is a consonant, so that means I'm going to change the Y to an I, add an ES. Replies. How would I spell this word if it was replied? It would be the exact same thing. R-E-P-L, that Y changes to an I, but I add an ED instead of S. Okay, for the rest of the words, I'm just going to read you the word, and I want you to practice spelling them on your whiteboard or on your desk. The next word is copies. Copies. The next word is carrying. Carrying. The next word is hurried. Hurried. The next word is staying. Staying. The next word is enjoyed. Enjoyed. The next word is replying. Replying. The next word is studied. Studied. The next word is carries. Carries. The next word is copied. Copied. Next word, stayed. Stayed. The next word is studies. The next word is enjoys. The next word is hurrying. The next word is copying.